If you have been living under a rock for the past few days, then you might not have heard of the new movie Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, this movie looks very good, and I was thinking if I made Lego minifigures for some different characters in Spider-Man Brand New Day, at least in the trailer. So that's what we're going to be doing right now, and today, really. The first character we're going to make is obviously Spider-Man because, well, he's the main face of the movie. He's in the name. So we're going to start off with dual molded blue and red pants that you can get from a couple Spider-Man minifigures. We are then going to add the classic Spider-Man comic book minifigure equipped with arm printing on both sides. Now, we're going to get a little fancy, and we're going to add the Spider-Man head from any of the MCU Spider-Man minifigures. This one is specifically from the Spider-Man No Way Home Final Battle. But you can get it on many different Spider-Man minifigures that are Tom Holland themed. And the reason I chose this one is because he doesn't have the smaller eyes, but he does have the bright blue and bright red colors. His usual minifigures and movie suits are dark blue and a darker shade of red. So this suit fits it better. And in the trailer, you can see he uses a flip phone, which is kind of cool. So we're going to give this minifigure a white 1x2 tile with some print on it to symbolize his phone. The next minifigure we're going to be making is Peter Parker. Now, there are a couple different shots of Peter Parker in this movie trailer, but I'm going to be using this specific one where Peter Parker seems to be at some sort of party at Ned and MJ's house. So for this minifigure, we're going to start off with some light gray pants. In the trailer, you can see a couple shots of what looks to be gray pants, but you can mostly see it when Peter Parker goes to talk to Bruce Banner at probably his university or his college or something like that. And in this shot, he wears light gray pants. Next, we're going to give him this blue sweatshirt. Maybe it's a cardigan, I don't really know. He does wear this at the party, which is what I'm basing this minifigure off of. And you can get this torso piece from the Harry Potter minifigure. Next, we're going to be adding the classic Peter Parker head and the brown hairpiece that you can get from Han Solo. Now, if I had a darker brown hairpiece, I would use that, but I don't have a darker brown hairpiece, so this is the best I've got. The next minifigure we're going to be doing is Dr. Banner, and he is a pretty interesting minifigure because he uses a lot of pieces that aren't really out yet. But first, we're going to start off with his pants, which is just these dark brown pants, which you can see when he is talking to Peter Parker at the university. Next, we're going to add this blue suit torso with a cut-off handcuff piece that I cut with my scissors that you can put around his wrist, because in the trailer you can actually see a device. I don't know what it's called, but apparently it's supposed to keep Bruce Banner from going into Hulk mode, and I think it's really cool. So I thought the best way I could show this in Lego was with a handcuff. Now for the head, it's a little complicated because in the trailer he wears glasses, and I don't think there are any Bruce Banner minifigure heads with glasses. So for this character, I'm going to give him the Dr. Otto Octavius minifigure head from the Spider-Man No Way Home Final Battle. But you can also find this hairpiece on the Doc Ock from the Spider-Man 2 subway train scene that was released a couple years back. And then we're also going to give him a black hairpiece with gray on the sides that you can get from any Doctor Strange minifigure. And yeah, this is our Bruce Banner minifigure. And in the trailer, he's holding some papers. So you can give him a white tile to symbolize the papers that he studies for. Another minifigure that we're going to be building is the Punisher. The legs are going to be these classic black combat legs, I think is what they're called. You can find them on Hawkeye, Falcon, Black Widow, Bucky Barnes. You know, a lot of different Marvel minifigures use this piece, and it's really common. Next, we're going to use this torso from the Bucky Barnes minifigure with 2 black arms and black hands, because I think it matches pretty well. Next, we're going to give him the Bucky Barnes headpiece. I know, a lot of Bucky Barnes pieces. Every single piece, except for the hair, Bucky Barnes uses. Then, for the hair piece, you're going to use this spiky black piece because he has spiky black hair. And in the trailer, he uses a gun. So, we're also going to give him a gun. This is by far my favorite LEGO minifigure, because he just has so much detail. But we still have 2 more characters to go. So the next minifigure was kind of difficult to make. It's Jean Grey, or whoever character this is in this shot right here. I don't know who this is supposed to be. My best guess is Jean Grey, who's an X-Men, who was rumored to be Sadie Sink's minifigure. So in this shot, you see she wears what looks to be a navy green jumpsuit. So for this character, we're going to be using these classic army green pants. We're also going to be using a flipped torso piece from the series minifigure. He's like a clock worker, I guess. And we're going to turn around his torso and then take his arms and turn them around too. And then replace one of his arms with this green one. And then give him tan hands. Next, we're going to use the Princess Leia headpiece and the very classic orange hairpiece, which you can find from Black Widow minifigures. This character was a little hard because I didn't know what she actually looks like, but I think it works pretty well. The last but not least character is a member of the Hand. Now, that if you don't know what the Hand is, they're basically these ninjas. Like they're red ninjas. So for this minifigure, we're going to be using the legs and the torso from the Star Wars minifigure. These red knights. It's pretty cool, and I think it matches this ninja's waist and legs. Plus, I mean, what else could you even use? Next, we're gonna give our character Chris Evans / Captain America's head with his chin buckle on, because he has an angry face. Then we're gonna give him Kai's mask from Ninjago to make him a full ninja. Then we're gonna give him a silver katana. Now, I would really like to make a Scorpion minifigure, but I don't have enough green pieces, so I couldn't make him. But I do think this looks good, and I wish I had the Scorpion. I could make a Scorpion minifigure because he is in the trailer, but I don't have enough green pieces, and I feel like that'd be a little difficult to make his tail.